Hey everyone, it's Kayla here, and today I'm sharing a layout and process video for day 5 of my A Scraplift a Day series here on YouTube. I have linked Rebecca's Instagram in the description below. She's joining in with me over on Instagram. Now for today's scrap lift, which is in the top right hand corner, and I've also added the link in the description below, it's of a scrap lift of a layout by Niki, Rowland, and she has used a Legendary by Coco Vanilla Studio. Now I'm going to be doing a boyish themed layout as well today, and I'm going to be using Little Dreamer by Echo Park. I've mentioned in a couple of other videos that I'm trying my best to get some of TJ's earlier photos scrapbooked. I've got, I think, photos right back from 2012, so I really need to finish off some of these earlier albums and get those complete. This has definitely been an ongoing goal for the last couple of years, and I've only managed to complete 2011, so I've still got quite a lot of albums to complete, and there is only a handful of photos for each album. But I was inspired today because it's a double photo layout, so we've got 2 photos, and I've picked out these photos which are from 2013, and one's of TJ and one's of my nephew Alfie, and they was playing out in the backyard, and they were both only toddlers, so they were just playing with the ride-ons and things like that in the back, and it was a lovely day. And on this particular day, my youngest sister came round. That's their auntie, and she ended up having a water fight with them, and she absolutely got them soaked through to the skin, but they absolutely loved it because both these boys are definitely water babies. They love being in the water, and they loved getting wet and being in the pool in the summer. So that's the story, that I'm wanting to document along with these photos, how Auntie J did come round and soak the boys through. But they had such a good time, and it's just so cute looking back on these photos and seeing how tiny they both were. They were big stocky boys, but it's just strange now, one's 9, one's 10, and it's nice looking back and remembering being this small. So what I'm doing so far is I've cut down some white cardstock and laid it on top of this pattern paper from the collection. Now, I think this was my last kind of full-size sheet, because I do cut a lot of my 12x12s down to A4 size, because that's the size that I scrap in, so that if I want to use any as backgrounds, I can do. And this was like the last one left, and I did actually want to use the reverse side of this, which is kind of a road with hills and houses and cars and things, because I did see another layout by Niki where she'd used that as a background, and it looked absolutely amazing. But I hadn't got round to doing it, and I thought, well, this lift is perfect for using the red side, so I've gone with that side instead. And I'm kind of doing it how Niki has, where she kind of has her photos on the join of the pattern paper and the white cardstock, and now I'm just layering in lots of embellishments and seeing what I can fit where, and filling in kind of those gaps around the photographs and above the photos. So I have pulled in a helicopter at the top. I've got a piece at the bottom which reads happy, that's going to move somewhere else on the page. I've got an arrow which reads go. I've also tucked in 2 frames behind the photos just to kind of beef out those clusters a little bit, and add as well another pattern into the background behind those photos. One of the frames was only half, but because I'm tucking them in, this works perfectly. I've also got some word phrase stickers coming onto the layout. Again, not all of them stay. I do change my mind as the layout progresses. I've got another sticker, which I used this on my layout yesterday, but as a cut apart, so it was larger, but it reads so much awesome in such a little boy, and I just love that phrase for a boy layout. I think it's perfect. And these two boys are definitely awesome little boys, although they're very big now. It won't be long until they're both taller than me, which doesn't take much, to be fair. I'm only just over 5 foot tall. We're quite short women in my family. But yes, my mum's the smallest, definitely. She's only 4'9", I think she is. So she's very tiny. And my daughter Darcy is very small as well. Very short for her age. So yes, we're definitely short ladies in my family. But the boys definitely seem to be taller. And these two boys, like I said, one's 9, one's 10. They're both going to be taller than me soon. Actually, Alfie, who's 9 months younger than TJ, he's very, very tall. He's taller than TJ. But TJ seems to have very large feet and hands. They're both bigger than me already. His feet are already bigger than mine, and his hands are already bigger than mine. But yeah, I'm sure it won't be long until he's taller than me as well. So now I'm fussy cutting some of the stars. I did this on my layout yesterday as well. I love fussy cutting stars and florals and things from pattern paper. It kind of adds to your embellishments, that's for sure. And paper is so much cheaper than buying like a pack of die cuts. So you could buy a couple of sheets of paper and get tons and tons of ephemera to use on your layout. So I always make sure those fussy cutting papers to buy a couple of those, so that I can definitely make more embellishments there for my collection and make it stretch a little bit further. I have actually made tons and tons of layouts with this collection, and I've still lots and lots of these stars left that I can fussy cut out. And even though I'm down to now kind of scraps of paper, lots of strips of paper, I definitely can use this for lots more layouts to come. And like I said, I've got lots of these little boy layouts that I need to still scrap, so this collection is definitely going to be used for those. I'm now placing my stars down. I've kind of got a layout going of how I want them to be. I've tucked in lots more embellishments. I've got a little tree. I've moved now that happy to the top, and everything is now stuck down in place. I didn't make you watch me stick everything down. After watching me lay everything out, it's definitely a little bit boring to watch me stick them all down. But I did pop some embellishments up on form just to add different levels throughout the page. I added in some gems from my stash, and this was just kind of in place of enamel dots. I don't have any enamel dots for this collection, so I've just added those into my clusters. And now I'm going to finish off with some splatters of my pearlescent paints, and these are just some cheap paints from Hobbycraft. And that is my finished page. I love how this has turned out, and it's great to have these photographs now scrapped and in my albums, and hopefully I will finish these younger albums of TJ this year. Thank you for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with day 6. Bye.